Summer Souls, or some other cheery descriptor, is the impression Enotria, the last song, immediately makes. Soulslike, as booming a genre as it is still typified by darkness, and except for some daytime sections in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, you can expect gloomy nighttime forests, dimly lit alleyways, and drafty castles as the usual fare to stalk through. Enotria, the last song, flips this archetype on its head. Taking place in the Mediterranean climes of Italy, Enotria is sun-baked and beautiful. Any Italian, or indeed anybody who's been to Italy, can decree this landscape is blissfully serene, and a Soulslike which absorbs all this splendor is a tantalizing point of distinction that should immediately get your interests piqued. Sunshine isn't the only thing Enotria's Milan-based developer Jyamma Games are banking on earning your pre-order with, though. No, Enotria the Last Song is utilizing the studio's Italian heritage to great effect, with tradition, folklore, and culture imbuing everything from character design, story, combat, enemies, weapons, art, everything. Enotria the Last Song is inspired by commedia dell'arte, that is, the early form of professional theater, originating from Italy and popular throughout Europe from the 16th through the 18th centuries, typified by masked actors. Commedia dell'arte takes the form of improvised performances based on sketches and plot lines, scriptless ideas to be extrapolated on the fly by performers. Enotria's landscape is beset by Carnivals, which, according to Commedia dell'arte, is a simple plot line with a beginning, a middle, point turn, and an ending. But in this game it's better described as an eternal play, a time loop perhaps, or a Groundhog Day-style endless cycle, and it's causing the world and its inhabitants to stagnate. You play as the maskless one, and being without a mask means you've no need to endear to a specific role. Enotria's environs, which includes ancient Rome-inspired regions, Quinta and Felicia Magna, and the ostentatious marble-adorned Latumnia, are populated by workers stuck in routine, actors in masks playing the same roles day to day. The nefarious authors are the ones who have besieged this world in Carnivals, and it's down to you to eradicate them. And how will you achieve this? Well, principally by harnessing the power of Ardor. This power Jyamma Games describe as change manifest, or as the ability to alter the fabric of reality itself. Your NPC companion first discovered this power, and throughout Enotria, the last song will teach you how to recognize points in the world that are susceptible to alteration, channel the power of Ardor to swap environmental states, solve puzzles, reveal secrets, or open new lines of traversal. Structures vanish, floors turn invisible, pathways dissolve. It looks as though Ardor offers a host of strategic options in both open play and combat. Masks play an integral part in succeeding in your goal too. While you begin as the maskless one, you'll pick up masks as you go, retrieving them from slain foe. Adorn the mask of change, and you'll end the stagnation forever, but there's a sizable cast of masks to equip, with each possessing unique combat effects and perk stats. They provide roles for you to play. Masks are the meatiest of Enotria the Last Song's RPG mechanics, but there's a host of other mechanics at play in which you can utilize to customize your character. Aspects are items that allow you to channel the essence of specific enemies. Each loadout can have an aspect assigned, and they're capable of dramatically altering your stat distribution, with the example Jyamma Games give being the ability to equip a sword that otherwise couldn't have been used, enabling greater diversity and specialization in loadouts. Stat distribution itself looks thoroughly in-depth, with damage, for instance, governed by separate stackable stats, stats affecting raw damage, elemental damage, ardor damage, etc. Furthermore, stats are bundled together in virtues which oversee thematic playstyles: fortitude, cunning, attunement, and so on. It's worth pointing out at this juncture that Jyamma Games have been careful to make their RPG menu UI foolproof, so despite the wealth of options on display, even the most novice of RPG player can conceptualize their own builds easily. Lines are another equipable item in the form of magic spells, which are charged by dealing damage to your enemies. Of note, Jyamma Games are wanting to avoid players crafting mage character classes, easily flinging magic attacks from afar. Instead, spells function more passively to complement your weapon choice as opposed to being the defining feature of your character. Speaking of weapons, there's 120 of such spread across 8 different classes which your character can wield. Jyamma Games reckon they've placed tremendous care in ensuring all weapons have satisfying and varied movesets. But one thing you'll notice in the game's footage shared thus far is a lack of shields to cower behind. This is because Jyamma Games have tuned Enotria's combat as push forward with fast responsive dodges, rolls, and quick steps, the best way to evade enemy attacks. Enemies won't have long attack chains to wade through either. In place of shields, Enotria The Last Song has a chainable parry system in play. However, parrying isn't everyone's preferred playstyle, and the surgical precision required to successfully parry in a game like Sekiro, for instance, has turned many a player off, despite enthralling the majority. That's why another of Enotria's RPG entities, gems, can be equipped to assist in parrying. Depending on preference, gems can widen the window for successful parry at the cost of potency. Parries can even unleash spells instead of physical damage, if that's preferred. Or you can go for some Sekiro-style laser-sharp precision, with greater damage dealt on follow-up blows, if that's your thing. Aggressive, competent play with chained-together attacks and parries builds Unraveling 2, which, in essence, is Enotria's stagger meter. You know the drill. Fill an unraveling meter, enemies cower, you unleash a formidable blow. If it's not clear by now, experimentation is at the heart of Jyamma Games' RPG design choices. They want to foster a feeling of creativity in Enotria's players, without the usual stat trade-offs or need for redistribution. Each build, or loadout, as they're referenced as here, can be switched up on the fly, with players able to carry 3 loadouts on themselves at any time. Matching builds for situations are the obvious draw, but you can carry your safe loadout alongside something more experimental if you so prefer. Governing RPG growth is the rather interesting-looking skill pool, the path of innovators, and currency to spend on skills is earned via expanding the game's compendium. In other words, there's rewards for exploration, and with a 40-hour campaign flanked by numerous side activities and important quest-giving NPCs, we can foresee a 100+ hours are easily possible in Enotria The Last Song's Sunny Climes. There's so much to unpack here, this feature barely scratches the surface of what's possible. Enotria The Last Song really is trying to cover many bases, to craft an absorbing, wide-ranging Souls-like worthy of the genre. Is Enotria The Last Song this year's Lies of P? Yeah, probably. Most important question, though, is this: will Enotria The Last Song be fun? Jyamma Games certainly thinks so. Everything always seems better when the sun's out either way, but if this feature proves anything, it's that Enotria The Last Song is more than sunshine. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on GamingBolt.